Hello, I go by Pistachio. Some may call me Miles by my real name, obviously. I use he, him pronouns. And this is sort of me just playing Genshin Impact and sharing a little bit of my Genshin story as a bit of a channel introduction because I had a whole video planned out in my head and I thought it would be kinda weird to just upload a video for the first time without any proper introductions, if you know what I mean. Sorry if the gameplay is not the best. I am talking and recording at the same time. Which, in retrospect may not be the best idea, but I usually don't have the best ideas, so I don't want to be setting you up for false expectations. Do you know what I mean? So, Genshin Impact. If you're on this channel or watching this video, you probably heard of it. You might not be all into it, because you might just be someone who wants to support me or is really bored and got the YouTube algorithm force this into your recommended, which happens. And I'm sorry if so, because I'm kind of a weirdo and sometimes my personality can be kind of addictive. So yeah, I basically just am giving you personality heroin, so sorry about that. Ooh, give me a second to breathe. I am freaking out. Because this is the first time I've really filmed a video in a long time, just a little bit about me, because that's kind of important before I start talking to you about my time playing Genshin Impact. Because you kind of have to know about who I am as a person. You don't have to know, but I feel like it's beneficial to know. You know? Making sense? You can't talk to me right now, but hopefully I am. So, I used to make videos like every little kid did when they were like 10, 11 years old, and on my laptop or in my mom's office, just playing Minecraft and pretending like I was the shit. Back in the day when everyone was super into, Sky does Minecraft, Jerome ASF, Beijing Canadian, like 8, 7 years ago. Now I'm no longer a child. I still spend all my time playing video games, but this time I'm at my desk and not my mom's desk, so yeah, I've evolved as a person, I guess. I've always had a love and a passion for video games, as many of this generation and previous generations has. My favorite video game of all time would have to be the Kingdom Hearts series. If you're getting specific, Kingdom Hearts 2, just the best game I've ever played. And I became very infatuated with Genshin Impact ever since I first heard about it around July or August of 2020. Because there's a lot of hype building up around it, because, big new, not JRPG, I guess it's Chinese, but it's kind of a JRPG type game with a bunch of pretty characters and open world Breath of the Wild influences. And, who doesn't like Breath of the Wild? Well, I'm sure somebody doesn't, but that person probably doesn't like Genshin Impact very much. So they're not really relevant to our discussion today. But Genshin Impact, right. Sorry. I started playing it the day it came out because I was like, okay, what can I lose by trying this game? Because there's been 1,000 JRPGs that you see super cool gameplay and trailers for, and then they actually come out and it just really sucks ass. You know what I mean? Honkai Impact I heard is pretty good, but there's all those games you see on YouTube ads that you try out and they're actually just poorly made turn-based gacha games. So, yeah, and I think the appeal for Genshin is the fact that you can play it on mobile, PlayStation, and your phone. Wait, and your computer. Yes. And not many games have really dared to try being multi-platform in that kind of way. And I really like the fact that I can just play Genshin Impact really wherever I am. But usually I'm home because it's 2020, stay inside. There's a giant pandemic going on outside. So, yeah. But, I can also play Genshin in the bathroom if I'm having bad gas, or if I'm in the backyard, forced to be in the light. Not in the light. Well, yes, in the light. Well, it's winter, so I guess was forced to be in the light, so I'd have some sort of interactivity with the outside. Yeah, Genshin, it's different. It's very different than a lot of games in this genre because it's got a very well-made gameplay loop. It's got a lot of, some of them actually fairly well-known voice actors, which is kind of surprising for a game that just kind of came out of nowhere. And yeah, it's got a story I'm actually really invested in, and every 5-6 weeks when they drop the big update, I'm like, alright, I gotta give up my whole weekend to go do this because I need to figure out what happens next. The events are engaging, and I genuinely love the personalities and all the characters presented. I am going to die to this, but that's whatever. And yeah, there's just something special about this game that I have a really hard time explaining, but I feel like anyone who's ever played it knows what kind of magic I'm talking about. Yeah, so I died miserably. I have a lot of love and appreciation. Wait, do not teleport. I have a lot of love and appreciation for Genshin Impact for what it is. It's a cute Japanese RPG type game with really lovable waifus and characters I am obsessing over. And yeah, there's just something phenomenal about the way this game is made and how everybody in this massive community is just so excited to see what's coming next. I have not had a single person who's tried this game and genuinely not enjoyed it because it has such a broad appeal. Like, okay, so on a personal note, I'm a member of the LGBT community. If that annoys you or you don't like it, then you can leave. But I've seen a lot of the LGBT community who are also in the gaming community for the most part fall in love with this game because there's a lot of men that break traditional masculinity stereotypes. Like, we have Venti. Yeah, just Venti. A lot of people thought Venti was a chick, and I can definitely see it. Then we have, let's see, Character Archive. And of course we have Jinkyu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Jinko. Something like that, who also a lot of people thought was a girl because he dresses in a very traditional Japanese getup. I mean, not Japanese, Chinese getup, and is very feminine in his appearance. They've done that with pretty much all the male characters, except for like Diluc, but he's still very soft, very rounded, very, you know, cutesy. They've kept the game entirely stylistic, so it has this very broad appeal with just about everyone who plays it. Yeah. But yeah. I see a lot of potential for this video game to become like the big thing of the next several years if they continue to update it and keep supporting the players in the way they have. Like, the drop rates, we all know are shit. We all know that this is borderline gambling, and I've spent way too much money on it and ended up with 3 characters I enjoy, but none of them were like the ultimate ones I wanted. Like, I've wanted Diluc for a long time because, well, he's a really hot man. And I really wanted Venti. And at the start I wanted Mona, but then I was playing her, and she's great. Don't get me wrong, but she's just not the most interesting gameplay-wise. And Diona I threw in here because I didn't want to have 2 water users with Barbara, because elemental synergies, and ice is really good. But I'm just gonna stop playing for a second so I can, like, think more, talk more. You know, that kind of thing. Genshin Impact has a special place in my heart because it really does genuinely appeal to me in a way that most video games don't. There's this cute... I feel like I'm playing in an anime, and not like an overly grim, dark, sad kind of anime. Like one of the happier ones with sad, intense moments, but overall, it just makes me smile, makes me have fun for a few hours every day. But there's some problems with it, that I'm going to be touching on a lot more in further videos, but I've been spending like a good chunk of my money over the past several months just wishing on these character banners because I really want those characters. Like, they mass appeal these characters to you, and that the minimum amount you have to spend to get guaranteed one is like $200, because it's only every 50% chance that you'll get it, and you're guaranteed it the second time, but just every 90 wishes. Let's do some math here. So you get 6,480 crystals, and each wish is about 160. So that's 6,480 divided by 160. You're getting 40 wishes for $100. You have to spend $400 to get a character guaranteed. That's where the frustration of Genshin comes in. You see characters that you relate to, that you love, and share some sort of personal connection with, and you have this yearning of wanting them more than anything, because you know you'll enjoy the game more if you get them, but the game sets a $400 paywall in front of you, because you have a 0.6% chance of getting them. It's 1 in every 90 wishes is your guarantee, and to get all of those wishes, you had to spend a lot of money. Well, you can also play the game and get wishes, but it's like, it took me 2 months of just playing the game to get 1 5-star before I started spending more money on it. I got Venti in the first month because I got pretty lucky on a banner, and I had all the starter primo gems you get and just spent it all on his banner. I have some fears with Genshin. I really want it to become something great and want it to become something even better than it already is. But the way that they aggressively monetize this game has me scared for it. Primarily because as they continuously add more characters, it's going to get harder and harder to keep getting the person you want. Like, if there's 1 or 2 characters you absolutely want more than anything, that $400, which is already ridiculous, that was the price of the PlayStation 4 on launch day. That's like 4 or 5, maybe even more than that, I'm not willing to do math right now, AAA video games to get 1 character that's going to make you enjoy this game more. And I've already spent like $130, $40 in this game that I probably shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. Because so much of the community is focused on spending money. If you look at YouTube, if you look on Instagram, follow the Genshin hashtags, or if you get recommended videos, it's people spending thousands of dollars wishing characters, because there's something satisfying about watching it, I get it. But they've really got to put in a lot more effort into making this better. So I'll talk about that a little bit more in my next video, but this is kind of concluding my introduction. I've played a lot of Genshin Impact. I love this game very much for its characters, its story, its world, and all the things you can do in it. I just don't know if it really has the longevity it's going to need to keep being a major, not like cultural reset, but having a major influence within mainstream gaming. Because it's had a very strong start, but I don't know where it's going to end, and when the hype is going to die for it because of the amount of money people are spending on this one game that's supposedly free. It's a great game. Just, you gotta be careful with it, or else you're gonna end up like me, 18 years old, and spending all of his allowance on cute anime characters. Yeah, that's it for me for today. Pistachio out. I'll come up with a cool outro eventually, but this is what you get for now. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and because there's a lot